Hey there, it's Kirsten here, and this is going to be my last video about our experience at the Rythmia Life Advancement Center in Costa Rica. If you ever want to try ayahuasca, I highly recommend that you go there because the people, the staff, they're helping you. They're absolutely amazing. Everything's amazing about this place. But now on to the fourth night. So the fourth night is supposed to be the longest night. This ceremony, other ceremonies lasted like 6, 7 hours. This one was going to last like 10 hours or something like that. And what we were taking was a medicine called yahe. It was a Colombian version of the plant medicine. And then yahe is known for its kind of cleaning effect, which means that people throw up and poop and purge on other ways a lot. And so we were warned about that, but we were told that, hey, this is not a bad thing. This is not something to be scared of. It's just cleaning our bodies from all the emotions that we're carrying with us, from all the physical illnesses that we have. They had this nice metaphor that it's like a house cannot look pretty no matter how you adjust the pillows or put like flowers in the room if the room is dirty. And so we have to, if we want to become like really clean and nice and beautiful, then we have to clean our bodies from that emotional baggage, from that physical illness, whatever we have, and then we can make the house really pretty. And so I went into the fourth night with a little bit of fear because I was scared of all these things, to be honest, and I was still processing the second night, and I took the first shot. It tasted bad. So other shots, they tasted like a bitter coffee and very dark chocolate. But this one was like way stronger. It was way thicker, and it stayed in your mouth. It was not tasty at all. But then I was absolutely terrified of what's going to happen because didn't want to relive, excuse me, the things that had happened to me in the second night. But I was absolutely terrified, and I'm lying down, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, these things are gonna come back. These things are gonna come back, and I think my mind was really strong trying to fight back. I didn't want to, but this is what my mind did all night long. Like whenever I started getting little visuals, my mind was like, no, this can't be happening again. I would wake up again and I try to go back and wake up again. And people around me were absolutely quickly started like throwing up so much. And I remember like looking around in the room and I'm like, what am I doing here? Why am I in this like 60 other people who are throwing up, seeing like crazy visuals, screaming, why am I even here? And it was really, really hard. And it pretty much went on all night long. It was the longest ceremony and I was just drifting like on and off. I never got sick. I never got nauseous. So I didn't purge in the way in form like pooping or throwing up. I did yawn a little bit, but most of the time I just felt scared and sort of so distracted where other people started throwing up, and it was a difficult night, not because I saw something awful, but because I was dealing with my ego. And I absolutely admit that I did not get out of the fourth night what I could have had I fully surrendered. And I have like hard emotions about that. I was hard on myself. I was like, why did you come here if you cannot do this? If you can't follow through, like, what's the point? Like, just try to do it. And I tried. I took another shot, and my mind was like, didn't let me go deep. I was just so extremely terrified. And I admit it, I probably missed out on a lot of good things that it could have showed me, because most people's experience, no matter how much hardship they went through, eventually things were well. And like so many people the next day, they were just like glowing. They're so happy. There were some tears and stuff, but they're still happy. They're like, they had their new souls, stuff like that. And I know that I could have done better, but I just have to forgive myself and understand that this was the place where I was, and I was just not able to go any deeper. And I can't be mad at myself. This is exactly what had to happen in this moment. So, but for a lot of other people, like I said, including my husband, the fourth night was the biggest night ever. My husband got so much out of it. He's like a completely changed person. I'm sure he will share his experience soon on his YouTube too. And once he does, I'm going to put that below as well. So He had the best night. It was super super hard, but he purged, and he purged out like a lot of past things that were kind of standing on his way. But the ceremony, this was the last ceremony. It was a biggest struggle for me. But what happened as the last part of the ceremony was that the shaman and his helpers and the other shamans from the previous nights were there as well. They did healing on each one of us individually, and that I can tell you, I've never seen anything that beautiful in my life ever. I've never seen anything like that before. So we were sitting in circles. So first circle, I don't know how many circles we had, maybe like 6 or 5. First circle, people are sitting there cross-legged in front of, and then shaman goes to each one of them, and he does this long like ritual on each one of us. So the shaman, then the other two shamans, then his facilitators, they're all on you, like working on you. They're chanting, they're praying for you, they're using whatever they thought is necessary for you individually, because before that we had like they call it consult with the shaman, where you tell them like what's bothering you, what health issues you're struggling with, stuff like that, and then they focus their healing based on these things. And so when it came my turn, I had told him that I have, my periods are really really painful, and then he was working on my lower belly area. And I swear, when he like puts his hands or uses his little tools and things on my low belly area, this is where I started purging, not throwing up, but my purging had always been like yawning and gasping for air, and I'm like like I cannot control, like it was so wild. When he puts his hands there, I start feeling the energy like instantly, like shooting up and down in my body. I'm kind of rocking back and forth, like trying to get myself together there, but there's nothing really under your control, let's be honest. And then yeah, it felt amazing. It felt amazing, like having all these people kind of taking care of you. It was so freaking powerful. And then later there were like a couple of other circles, and just it was so beautiful to see, like all the people totally surrendering, getting their healing. They're like big guys, huge guys in our group with like huge tattoos and muscles and stuff, and they're just all sitting there surrendering. It was just like so beautiful to see all the everything from like the music to like the shaman's clothes and the things that they're wearing, the little stones and stuff. And oh my god, I just don't have words. You have to see that. You can't like film there. You can't bring your phone there. I would never do that. But it's just something that it's so hard to describe. It went on for hours, and you don't get tired of just watching it, just looking at it and staring. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So after this, we had our closing circle where we could like ask our questions about what's next, because now it's the hard part is to integrate back to real life, normal life. Unfortunately, the beautiful life in Costa Rica is going to be over. And then the shaman shared with us like what to do, how to live, like what to do, what are the next 2 weeks, how they look like, because it's super important that you take the tools that you learned there and keep doing them. Doing your daily meditation, stay away from coffee and drugs and alcohol for 2 weeks, stay away from sex for 2 weeks, eating good stuff. Try to eat no processed foods at all for at least 2 weeks, and really take care of yourself so that the effects will last longer too. So that was it. We had 2 more nights of breath work, which were also really helpful and good. And then the work is not done actually. I realized the night after the 4th night that at night I got terrible nightmares. The 3 nights after that, I got terrible nightmares each night. But interesting, I wake up in the morning and I feel refreshed. Yesterday morning, I woke up with this huge, massive, and I'm home already, right? I felt this like huge, massive sense of gratitude and happiness. I was so excited to go to work. I was excited to see my favorite client. I was like, I wanted to do things, and my mind was at ease, like really ease. And then now, of course, it's a little bit harder because real life comes back, the texts come back, the emails come back that you have to respond to, the work comes back. You have to do these things, but I'm doing my best to do my daily meditations and, doing all the other things that he recommended us in order to kind of keep that as well as we can. So, yeah, that's basically my experience with ayahuasca at Rythmia. I don't have enough words to describe the Rythmia team. They were absolutely wonderful. I don't know how I would have gone through the second night had I been like in the jungle and nobody to help me, like walk me through that. All the workshops that we took, all the connections we made, like everything was necessary for the best experience. So I really recommend that you go to a place like Rythmia if you ever went to ayahuasca. Although I also say that make sure that you are ready to see some freaking hard shit, because it's not easy. It's not a fun vacation. I knew it going in, but I didn't understand how hard it really is. And did my life change? I got a lot of answers. I got a lot of explanations, like why I am the way that I am. Now I just have to figure out like what to do with this knowledge and how to change my direction. And a lot of people say that they get answers even afterwards. Like I just talked to a friend who did it in February and it's June now. She said she just got like a big like business question answered because it just came from inside of her that she would not have done before. So the answers are still coming. Mother Ayahuasca still keeps sending you stuff your way, and then you have to just work with it. So yeah, it was a definitely interesting experience. I would not go back anytime soon. It's just too much. It's very, 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 very difficult. But if you're struggling with something big in your life and you want to get the answers and you're ready to dive in, then please go do it, and do it at Rythmia. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am so happy and open to share with you, and let me know what you got. All right, thank you so much for staying with me during these videos, and I will talk to you again. Bye bye.